The phone didn't vibrate. It just lit up, face down on the kitchen counter. Silent. Deliberate. I was rinsing a glass when her name reflected back at me. No, not her name. A man's. One I didn't recognize. A notification banner, cut short, like it knew it had already said too much. Rotation confirmed. Thursday works. My hands stayed steady. Water kept running. I told myself it was nothing. A group project. A joke taken out of context. My mind offered excuses the way a body offers shock. Automatic. Merciful. She walked in behind me, kissed my shoulder. "Everything okay?" she asked. I nodded, too quickly. Her eyes lingered on the phone. Just a flicker, gone before I could accuse it of meaning anything. But something in the air shifted. Pressure change, like a storm deciding whether to break. I turned the water off. The silence grew teeth. That night, she slept facing away from me. Her breathing was even, practiced. I stared at the ceiling and replayed the message again. Rotation. Not affair, not mistake. Logistics. I felt something detach inside me. Not Cain. Preparation. I understood then, not fully, but enough, that whatever I thought my life was, it had already moved on without asking me to come along. And she was very good at pretending nothing had changed. The next days unfolded like normal. That was the most unsettling part. Coffee, work, shared jokes that landed where they always had. If she felt guilt, it didn't leak, but I began to see the seams. Her calendar was suddenly immaculate, color-coded, locked. She guarded her phone the way people do when they have something fragile or poisonous to protect. Screen angled away, notifications silenced. I remembered moments I had dismissed, late gym sessions, girls' nights with unfamiliar names, a new attention to her body that hadn't been for me. Denial tried to rescue me again. I let it try. At night, my thoughts turned feral. 4 men, a rotation. Not passion, scheduling. I wondered if I was the 5th, or the placeholder, or just the cover story that made the rest of her life possible. Once I asked where she'd been. Out, she said. Nothing more. I studied her face while she spoke, looked for cracks, found only discipline. That's when I realized this wasn't a lapse. It was a system, and systems don't feel remorse. They optimize. I didn't confront her. That would have been emotional, messy. Instead, I went quiet, listened more, spoke less. Shock hardened into resolve. If there was a truth, I would meet it on my terms. Cold, complete, unavoidable. I became invisible on purpose. I memorized patterns. When she showered, when she left the room with her phone, when her smile appeared half a second too late. I pulled phone records through our shared account. Numbers repeated, 4 of them, consistent, rotational. I ran names, social media, mutual connections, men with curated lives and careful boundaries. No photos together, no overlap. Professionals, controlled. I understood the appeal. One night, I followed her, parked 2 blocks away, watched her walk into a condo building she'd never mentioned. She didn't look nervous. She looked efficient. I didn't go in. I didn't need to. The worst part wasn't the betrayal. It was the elegance. I ordered a DNA test, not because I suspected a child, but because I needed proof of how far this might go. A baseline. Reality anchored. At home, I played my role. Supportive, loving, predictable. She relaxed into it, mistaking my calm for ignorance. Inside, I was mapping exits. I slept better than I had in weeks. Clarity does that. Every piece of evidence stacked neatly. No drama, no ambiguity, just data. By the time the envelope arrived, I wasn't afraid of opening it. I was curious. The results were definitive. Everything confirmed. 4 men, ongoing, coordinated. No overlap in communication, but synchronized timing. She wasn't cheating randomly. She was managing assets. I waited until Sunday morning, coffee already made, sunlight clean and unforgiving. I placed the printed records on the table between us. She looked confused, then annoyed, then afraid. "What is this?" she asked. I didn't raise my voice. "I know," I said. That was all. Her composure collapsed in stages. Denial first, then justification, then tears that arrived too late to matter. She spoke quickly, tripping over reasons and feelings and needs. I watched, detached. When she realized I wasn't reacting, she stopped. The silence told her everything. I had already grieved. She was just finding out. I told her I had already spoken to them, not to confront, to inform. I'd sent each man the same message: screenshots, dates, rotations. No insults, just facts. I removed myself from the narrative entirely, let them see the system they were part of. Her face drained of color. I told her the lease had been transferred, my accounts separated, a lawyer retained, everything filed while she was out. I hadn't trapped her. I'd stepped aside. "You planned this," she whispered. I nodded. Control isn't loud. It doesn't need witnesses. I picked up my bag. She reached for my arm. I stepped back. Not angry. Finished. The power wasn't in leaving. It was in how little it cost me. I live alone now. The space is quiet, clean, honest. Sometimes I think about who she was before the system. Or maybe that was always who she was, and I just hadn't earned the truth. There's no hatred left. Hatred requires investment. What I feel instead is precision, boundaries drawn in ink. She lost more than a marriage. She lost the illusion of control. I didn't win. I exited. And that was enough.